Hit him with that flavor.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got... All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. Also, thanks to those of you tuned in on the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. Okay, so as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channels if you haven't done so already, or unsubscribe if you're mad. If you're mad, I don't know why you're on here complaining, whining and crying, and making foolish and childish insults in the comments. Like, why are you here? Okay, why are you here, beloved ads? All right, so that all been said, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, also on TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and on Twitter at DGoddess27. Hello, Mr. Hotel, Desmond, Jack the Diva, Renana Israel is in the house, Silent D. All right, let's get into it. I have the most nefarious chat in the land, so they say. Hey, Stacy, Eileen, that crazy beach Aries, Juju B is in the house, Terry Hinton. All right, Kenyatta, I see you, honey. Songwriter Sunny, okay, Terry Hinton. Laverne is here, okay. With that all being said, hey, Buckhorse DC. Everyone get those likes up. Emma's Blessed is in the house. Juju B said, Queen, you look amazing. Thank you, beloved. All right, Ashley, I see you. Okay, so with that all being said, hey, Kathy B, Timber Dan, Stacy, Emperor Rex, Songwriter Sunny, I already said you, Lillian X, True Justice. Let me say something. Hey, sexy one, let me tell y'all something. Honey, when I tell y'all the Bussy Ricans are mad, oh my Lord, they're so mad at the queen, honey. They are so mad at the queen for those receipts I dropped last night. But let me tell y'all something. I have a few of the Bussy Ricans that I want to, in fact, shout out. Believe me, those lovely comments. I mean, they are so pressed. All right, I would never let anyone know that I was so butthurt, bothered, and sad and mad. I just wouldn't do it. But anyway, they are very upset with the queen, as you would imagine, with all the comments that they left. I didn't block any of them because you see, what I want them to do is click on that link. That's what I want them to do. Let me go ahead and drop the link, honey, because y'all know I got time today. I don't know why they get so mad. As a matter of fact, I'm going to drop this little old link, and I hope that they click it. Because, honey, it's no need to be mad. You can say what you want to say. But the funny thing is, they don't say anything to debunk or debate what I said. All they do is spew childish, nonsensical idiosyncrasies, i.e., insults. Laverne said, Queen, you look amazing as always. Thank you, beloved. Hey, Bivlin, Michael M. in his house. Okay. Yes, they're mad people. You all can never debunk the facts, says Miss Hotel. This is also true. Okay. Lillian X said, drop it like it's hot, Queen, honey. You know I will. All right. Let me tell y'all something. Leo Lyle said, Queen, have time today. Yes, I do. Here's the thing. They get mad, and that's okay. You can get mad and you can be in your feelings, but just get on here and debunk the facts. Nobody cares about your childish insults. At least I don't. I'm just saying, honey, make it all make sense. Hello. Yes, what's going on? Hello.
What is this?
Does anybody really have anything they want to say? I have questions. Clicking on links and don't say anything, want to hide your face from the camera, please. See, this is what I talk about when I talk about Twitter fingers and such. You got all big and bad stuff to say in the comments, but you don't want to get on here and bring me that smoke because I'm ready for it. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and so I bring it. I'm just saying. All right? Ali said, show your face. Yes. Did they think it was a game? Baby, I dropped links up in here. I'm dropping links on all you mother suckers. Like Denzel said. All right? I'm dropping links on all you Bussy Rikians. Who want it? Comment, got it. Okay, y'all got so much to say, honey. Let me read y'all some of the nefarious comments, honey. They was clearly pressed. All right. One person by the name of Jay Short, pay attention. He says, y'all on here defending a man stalking another man, shaking my head. Look at this. Stalking. How is Taharka stalking Bussy Reek when, in fact, Bussy Reek took the time out of his day in life, okay, and spending time with his family and children, which he has plenty. He took all the time out that he could to make cartoons of Taharka and to, in fact, even create a video game. So who's stalking who up in this piece? Can y'all explain that, Bussy Ricans? If you can, click on the link and do so. Y'all mad? Well, y'all gonna stay mad because these receipts gonna continue to be dropped. Nobody's worried about y'all, least of all not the Queen. Okay? Make it all make sense. And I got news for you. If Bussy Reek runs up on the Queen, he's going to jail because I called the police. That's what I do, honey. I'm a concerned citizen. Okay, so I'm not a snitch. I'm not out here committing whole crimes. I don't have felonious cases, past nor present. Okay, you're supposed to be out here such a thug in these streets. You're supposed to be a member of the Crips, so you said back in the past. I mean, you're supposed to be so tough. But you sitting out here taking out restraining orders and wearing faux locks. Then you want to come and try to slap somebody because you're so mad. See, I want y'all to pay attention to something. The anger that comes from the Bussy Rikians and Bussy Reek himself, the anger that they display should tell you everything. You see, when you're confident and who you are and what you're doing, you don't care about people trying to expose you. You don't care about that. Because if you're not doing anything wrong, you don't have anything to be exposed. And so you wouldn't be so upset and butthurt and mad that you want to literally fight. And then he had the nerve to call Taharka a lifelong violent criminal. Honey, what is he? Because I heard such things as murder being involved. I have questions. Say what now? I'm sorry. Make it all make sense, Bussy Reek. And the nefarious Bussy Reekians. Y'all need to click that link because I got time today. It's Friday and I ain't got shite to do. Okay, I don't have to work my day job, so it is what it is. Nobody want to click that link and say nothing to defend your massa? Hey, Terry Lee King says, my queen always gorgeous and on point. Thank you, beloved. I'm sorry. Say what now? Where y'all at to defend y'all's king? Okay. Where y'all at to defend y'all's T'Challa 007? I have questions. Nobody saying nothing? Just what I thought. Just what I thought. But let me continue because here's some more of their comments that they left. Pay attention. They were so mad, honey. I wouldn't be this mad if somebody paid me to be. So one of them said, He filed a lawsuit, then went to the People's Museum. Oh no, that's not the one. Somebody said, they said Corey Robinson. Corey says, yo, dude got beat up and you are mad. Did your guy Taharka Bay go way out of LA? He has clearly incorrect grammar, as you can see. But honey, what makes you think I'm mad? Bussy Rick didn't swing at me. No, would he ever? I promise you that. He won't even say my name, much less take a swing. Okay, sit down somewhere. And at the end of the day, nobody needs to be upset because Taharka's going to win that lawsuit. Okay, he's going to hit Bussy Rick where it hurts in the pockets. You see, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all a little story. The fact that the police were there, when Taharka showed up and the security guards and all of that just goes to show that this was staged. It was all set up by Bussy Rick. You see, Bussy Rick likely knew that Taharka was in town, and so he had it all set up. Do you all not remember the other day? As a matter of fact, I got time, so let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Y'all remember that last video that Taharka did? I believe it was Taharka that did the video about somebody being at the museum. Hold on. Somebody was literally at the museum showing footage, one of the Bussy Rickians, and nobody slapped them. Nobody tried to slap them. No security guards and police were present. And this was just a day, maybe two, before Taharka went there. I have so many questions. Hold on. Y'all remember that, right? The dude was outside recording. Was that Taharka that posted that, or Brandon from Pan-Africanism Strikes Back? At the end of the day, the point is this. Ashley said, yes, Queen, I thought that too when I saw the video on Twitter. Yes, it was all staged. Bussy Rick had found out some way, probably through his federal connection, which I believe, in my opinion, that he has. Likely found out Taharka was in California, and he set the whole thing up because he knew if Taharka's in California, he's come to that museum to get footage. He's already said it on his live numerous times. And so I do believe that Bussy Rick had his security guard and the police there, because otherwise, why would Bussy Rick try to slap somebody, a full-on attack, driving down the street like a bat out of hell when he saw the police right there? Who would do that? And why didn't the police intervene or arrest him? See, this is further proof of what I believe of him being 007. I'm just saying, make it all make sense. So Kenyatta said it was Brandon. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. Let me see if I can pull that up just to make my point. Okay? Just to make my point, because Brandon showed that footage. Okay. Yeah. I remember it all so clearly. Brandon showed the footage. Hold on. Here it is right here. I think this is it. Sneak peek inside the museum. Now, funny thing is, like I said, just days before, here it is. Here, let me show y'all the footage, honey, because y'all know I bring receipts. Sit down somewhere. Okay, I'm about to share my screen so y'all can see this. Now, like I said, how come the police and the security and Bussy Rick weren't all at the museum just a day before all this stuff happened? Y'all know this had to be staged. They was already, and here's the thing, Bussy Rick was trying to bait Taharka. He was trying to bait Taharka, but y'all gonna find out in a minute because I got something for y'all. Pay attention. Y'all know I got more.
It's in real time. Let's listen to it again. Why? Look at how cognitive dissonance works in the Negro mind, and look at how it is verbalized.
Hold on. Shout out to Brandon.
So, the definition of cognitive dissonance. He wants to believe that Tariq has delivered this project, delivered what he promised, but at the same time, he's understanding that this is nothing near what Tariq promised, and the reality is there. Guys, listen, this is an unprecedented video because you are, for the very first time in life, for many of us, you are witnessing cognitive dissonance in real time. Let's listen to it again. Why? Look at how cognitive dissonance works in the Negro mind, and look at how it is verbalized. Watch what he says. Oh, no matter what y'all say, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, the switch, you can highlight or identify the exact moment when cognitive dissonance kicks in.
I apologize for the win. congrats to Tariq. There it is there. Once again, I salute his endeavor. Say what you want. He's a hustler, all that. He got it done. But this is
Okay, so he say what you want. He sounds like a single mother. You know how some single mothers are just ignorant.
Y'all heard it for yourselves. So there you saw it. Okay, so there was somebody at the museum literally a day before. There was no security, there was no police, there was no Bussy Reek. So y'all don't think that they was purposely there to try to bait Taharka into a fight? If Taharka had beat the shite out of Bussy Reek, we wouldn't see any footage. Not from Bussy Reek, we wouldn't. Because Bussy Reek wouldn't have gone and gotten that camera surveillance footage. He wouldn't have done so quickly. Just like he didn't go get it when he claims that someone vandalized that building. Okay. And like I told you all, that's not a museum just because he calls it one. Y'all sitting up here in the comments talking about, oh, until y'all get some tangibles in your community, y'all need to be quiet. First of all, what tangibles do y'all have? That building is y'all's idea of tangibles? FBA, please wake up before it's too late. That building is y'all's idea of tangibles? Oh, okay. Make it all make sense. The museum is hidden, not the hand, says songwriter Sunny. Okay. Honey, that's all so crazy, including nefarious. But let me continue. I'm still waiting for somebody to click that link. Okay, so before I get started with today's commentary, let me say this, beloveds. For those of you who follow my spiritual channel, Queen Ahmadiyyah TV, More Than Meets the Third Eye, you know that today I have scheduled for you at 6:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the beautiful Moni Amandla, who's a scientist, okay, and has a wealth of knowledge on holistic medicine and things like that, is going to be on there. Let me read you all some of her bio for those of you who don't know who she is. Moni Amandla is a serial entrepreneur, speaker, author, wellness educator, product developer, and spiritual counselor. Affectionately known as the modern medicine woman, she is a visionary founder of and the CEO of Bellativa, which is an herbal wellness company, as well as the CEO of Comedica, a cutting-edge science research and development company that is home to the world's brightest award-winning scientists. Okay, Moni is also the owner of Oracle Companies LLC and Moneyera, which focuses on the wealth of women 40 and over. Moni has a passion for seeing people experience total life wellness and uses her creativity to buy products, services, and education to people that will help to end needless suffering, and has been a featured speaker on celebrity platforms such as the Steve and Marjorie Harvey Conference, and has been the featured keynote speaker at many women's conferences and wellness conferences across the country. Moni has also been a featured guest on many major podcasts and radio shows. She is a celebrity spiritual and wellness coach that works directly with some of the world's most famous A-list celebrities and renowned individuals to help them meet their life, business, and wellness goals. Her wellness formulas have now been shipped all over the world to countries like France, Japan, Canada, Singapore, and the UK, just to name a few. Moni is a contributing author in the Change book series, Volume 6, and is the author of the soon-to-be-released book, The Unconquerable Spirit. Okay? She is deeply spiritual and passionate about helping people realize that true healing begins in the spirit. Okay? Her every business is birthed out of her love for people and ending needless suffering. Okay? I just want y'all to pay attention. So that's quite a impressive resume, shall I say. So with that all being said, now mind you, Stardusters, on the spiritual channel, that broadcast is only going to be for people who have memberships. Okay, so those who don't have memberships, you unfortunately won't be able to see that. So with that all being said, without further ado, let's get into the commentary. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Subscribe to the channels if you haven't done so. Unsubscribe if you're mad. Okay, because y'all know I don't care. So with that all being said, let me pull up these receipts. Let me pull up these receipts. Okay, so first thing, let's talk about this nefarious woman who deleted her own 6-year-old child. This is also very sad. I'm going to put her picture up on the screen. I don't know what is wrong with people. If you don't want children, don't have them. Like, why are people out here deleting poor children, innocent as they are? This is also sad. So here's what they say happened. This happened in Minneapolis. Minnesota. Minnesota mom is found guilty of murdering her 6-year-old son. Boy was placed in foster care but returned to his mom, sadly, just days before she shot him 9 times while they sat in the car. This is, oh my Lord, this is heartbreaking for real. Julissa Thaler, 28 years old, showed no emotion as she was convicted on Wednesday by a court in Minneapolis after jurors took 2 hours to reach their verdict. She will be sentenced on February the 16th. The conviction carries an automatic life sentence without parole. In a trial deemed so horrific, jurors were offered counseling. Prosecutors told how Eli Hart had been placed in foster care due to his mother's mental health issues, but was returned to her 2 weeks prior to her deleting him. Poor baby. This is also sad. Thaler lost custody of Eli back in January of 2021 after the Dakota County Social Services Department learned that she was presenting with psychosis and hearing voices telling her to delete herself. Mary Moriarty, Hennepin County attorney, described it as one of the most horrific cases that she'd ever encountered in 30 years in the criminal legal system. Why would they give this poor baby back to her knowing that she was psychotic and talking about deleting her own self? This is also crazy. This is how they fail children yet and yet again. This is also sad. Thaler bought a shotgun and learned how to use it shortly after the boy's father, Torrey Hart, filed papers asking the court for full custody. Now, why didn't they just give this child to his father who wanted him if they knew the mother was mentally unstable? Thaler's internet search history included how to load a shotgun, the most powerful knockout drug, payment for life insurance if a child dies, and how much blood a 6-year-old can lose. This doesn't sound like she was mentally incompetent. This sounds like she was a psychopath, okay? Someone born without a conscience and the ability to do harm to others without any remorse. That's what this sounds like. Thaler's boyfriend at the time, Robert Pickarian, said they spent the day shopping with Eli, then returned home for pizza and a movie and played with kittens. This is what she did before she took this poor baby out. He said the little boy refused to go to bed and the mother and son began fighting and hitting each other. She then left the apartment with the child, taking the shotgun with her. Thaler was arrested in Orono, 5 miles from her Spring Park home, when a caller reported that the car she was driving had a shattered rear window and a blown out tire. Police saw blood on Thaler's hand. The criminal complaint gave this information. So sad. Anyway, I think I've heard enough. This is literally making me sick that she did this to this poor child. Let me share my screen so I can show you all some of the unfortunately sad pictures. So this is some pictures of the little boy in happier times. That's her after she was booked in. So sad, honey. What is wrong with people? Yes, it is nefarious, Mr. Hotel. Very much so. So now, let's talk about these 3.5 tons of cocaine afloat in the Pacific Ocean that came from New Zealand, according to authorities. According to New Zealand authorities. They say authorities in New Zealand announced that they had intercepted a 3.5-ton shipment of cocaine afloat in a remote swath of the Pacific Ocean, saying there is no doubt this discovery lands a major financial blow right from the South American producers through to the distributors of this product. This is one of the single biggest seizures of illegal drugs by authority in the country. No arrests have been made, but customs officials pointed to the magnitude of the bust estimated the cocaine's value at more than $315 million. The drugs were left by smugglers at a floating drop point. The size of the shipment split into 81 bales, suggested to authorities that it was headed to Australia. A Royal New Zealand Navy ship hauled and seized the narcotics on a 6-day trip to New Zealand, where the drugs were destroyed. Y'all think they really destroyed that stuff? Child, they put that stuff somewhere out on the street so they could make money off of it. Just my opinion. Now, the seizure, according to authorities, was part of an operation dubbed Operation Hydros that started in December. New Zealand authorities said they would continue to investigate the case and monitoring suspicious vessels in collaboration with international law enforcement partners. So a whole lot of drugs gone missing. Somebody is going to have to pay the price for that. Okay, when the cartel that issued them gets wind of what happened. Okay. Oh, so crazy. Also crazy. But anyway, let's talk about this FBI informant who was in fact a violent criminal. So the FBI, according to this report, they say the FBI paid a violent felon to infiltrate the racial justice movement in Denver. So let's get into it, because this happens all the time. You know, why some people just want to sit here and say people are hating and jealous and all of that. What you can't do and don't do and won't do is produce any receipts to debunk the numerous receipts that have been laid out, okay, on your king. All right, so listen to this. Now, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but basically, the person giving this report said that there was a man by the name of Michael Adam Windecker II who called himself Mickey. He came into town, just waltzed in driving a silver hearse. Okay, very likely to stand out if you're driving a hearse, period, but a silver hearse even more so. Now, they say he swaggered in. He was pushing 50, smoking a cigar and hanging around the teens and the 20-something protesters. They said they didn't know much about him, but in the back of that hearse, he had numerous guns, specifically AR-15s. He bragged about having worked with the French Foreign Legion and Peshmerga, the Kurdish fighting source known most recently for battling the Islamic State of Iraq. He also talked about how he had trained anti-fascist activists in weapons, hand-to-hand combat, and explosives. So he was out here just trying to get all this attention. Now, he showed up in Denver back in 2020 when there was all the George Floyd protesting going on, and also when the people in Denver were upset about the Aurora, Colorado deleting of Elijah McClain by the police. Remember when they choked him out and then gave him a lethal dose of ketamine back in 2019? So this is when all of that was going on. Now, so this man came out there and they immediately accused him, one of the real activists did, accused him of working for the FBI. But he denied it, said, I've never worked for the FBI. And the guy said, well, I have recordings and I have receipts and proof that you do work for the FBI. And so he says to him, if you have proof, he said, I'm not working for the FBI and I won't say anything different unless you have proof. There's no proof that I work for them because I don't work for them. Clearly he did. So FBI payment records signed by Windecker showed that he was paid more than $20,000 for his work during the summer of 2020, when the FBI aggressively pursued racial justice and left-wing activists based on nothing more than First Amendment protected activities. The story of the Bureau's infiltration of racial justice activist groups is particularly relevant now. You see, as House Republicans launch a new committee chaired by Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio that seems exclusively focused on the FBI's alleged targeting of right-wing groups. The FBI's work in Denver with Windecker as its eyes and ears on the street demonstrates the falsity of this narrative. While on the FBI payroll, Windecker became an organizer of Denver's racial justice demonstrations and ultimately undermined the social movement, gaining momentum there by deploying the same controversial tactics the FBI used to devastating effect against Black political groups during the civil rights movements. Okay, until now, little has been revealed about the FBI's actions in the summer of 2020. The Denver undercover probe involving Windecker provides the first look behind the scenes at how the FBI viewed and investigated racial justice groups during that turbulent summer. You know, this is not surprising. This happens all the time. This happens all the time. Now, the United States of America has become Windecker's new employer, and the FBI was paying him to spy on activists that summer as he barreled down the road. According to internal FBI reports that were obtained, Windecker began attending demonstrations in May of 2020. He witnessed firsthand what millions of Americans saw on their screens at home. Protests turning violence, clashes between left-wing and right-wing activists, demonstrators and instigators setting fires and vandalizing storefronts. Windecker offered to give the FBI information about the protesters. In an internal report, the FBI claimed that Windecker's motivation for becoming an informant was to fight terrorists, and that he believed people who participate in violent civil unrest are terrorists. But he didn't think he was. Now, in their report, adding him to the Bureau's more than 15,000 informants, FBI agents described Windecker as something of a good Samaritan, a kind of volunteer Captain America. Okay, but that notion was undercut by other Bureau documents, which detailed Windecker's history as both an informant as well as a criminal. Okay, with prior arrests in Colorado, Nevada, Texas, and Florida from crimes including assault. Now, when Windecker was 20, he had a sexual relationship. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Intimate, inappropriate relationship with a 14-year-old that he met at a roller skating rink. Windecker, who claimed he didn't know the girl was underage, that's what they all say, pleaded the case down to a misdemeanor and was sentenced to 180 days in jail. See, I want y'all to pay attention because stuff like this, that's how they find these people to become paid informants. They find these people who have committed some type of heinous crime or whatever, and then they bargain with them to get them to work for them and snitch on people. Now, in another felony case, for felony menacing with a weapon in 2001, Windecker stuck a gun in a woman's face and claimed to be a police officer looking for a suspect. Okay, that incident resulted in a felony conviction. Sounds like Sir Major, Tyreek's buddy boy. Wasn't he arrested 3 times for impersonating a police officer? And didn't he, in fact, put handcuffs on a black woman? But let me continue. So the incident resulted in a felony conviction, and Windecker served 2 years. Now, while he was in prison, according to the FBI internal reports, another inmate tried to hire him to delete someone instead, tried to hire him to delete someone. Instead of committing the crime, Windecker became a cooperating witness and helped convict the people who sought to enlist him. In addition to criminal charges, Windecker has had 4 protection orders filed against him in Colorado, the most recent in 2021. In a petition for a protection order filed in 2016, a friend of Windecker's alleged that Windecker had presented a fake police badge and threatened to delete him and his family. What is it with these agents, these 007s out here pretending to be police officers? I have so many questions. Windecker claimed to have been a fighter for the French Foreign Legion and Peshmerga. Now, they say they spoke to several volunteers who were with Windecker in Iraq. A few of them wanted to be publicly associated with him. And one of those fighters told the author of this article that Windecker claimed to be a demolition specialist. Said dude was going around literally cutting wires off the IEDs, referring to improvised explosive devices, also known as roadside bombs, in other words. But he wants to call somebody else a terrorist for simply protesting. So he could have gotten anybody deleted in the vicinity. Now, Alan Duncan, a Scottish volunteer fighter with a Peshmerga, said that he hadn't fought with Windecker, but knew his reputation from the other fighters. Windecker was better known for taking pictures with dead bodies long after fighting was finished. He would do these things. Then for engaging in combat, then he would go and engage in more combat. He was floating about taking a few pictures with a Pesh. It's easy to claim to be Peshmerga, but claiming to be Peshmerga and actually being Peshmerga are 2 different things, they say. So this guy was out here trying to clout chase. Let me tell y'all something. This is what I want you all to pay attention to. When there's agents out here running amok and acting like they're activists and all this stuff, some of the key things that they all do is they're very arrogant and they're very outlandish in their behavior, because they, in fact, and they're very braggadocious. Okay. They brag all the time, because what they do is they brag because they want to get your attention. They want people to pay attention to them. Okay. They're attention whores. Now, I don't know if the feds tell them to be this way or that's just something they choose to do. But you'll notice that these people that are or agents, they always want the attention on them. So they tell these big stories, about fighting in the French Foreign Legion and all of that, try to make themselves seem larger than life. It's a whole clout chase. That's what it is. But if you look back in their records, if you start checking, their history that they often try to hide, you'll find out that most of them are criminals, violent criminals. Okay. Sexual predators and the like. This is what they usually are. Okay. And so just pay attention to that. Yes, Kenyatta said, do anything for clout. Absolutely. And so all I'm saying is these operatives move the same way, and they're all snitches, and they will snitch on anyone. And sometimes they even snitch on themselves by running their mouths and talking so much. Okay. That's what they do. So anyway, with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I was hoping that some of the Bussy Ricans would click the link because I have questions to ask them. Let me just ask them anyway. Some of the questions that I have to ask is, why hasn't Bussy Rick ever denied any of the receipts that were dropped on him? Why does he just simply resort to making cartoons and video games and assaulting people? The question also is, why do the Bussy Ricans get so mad when people tell the truth about him? And even if you disagree and don't believe it's the truth, still, why do you get so angry that you want to be so hateful and just call people names and travel from page to page, platform to platform, making fools of yourselves? Because it's very nonsensical and you look childish and insidiously obtuse. And in fact, what adult grown people, specifically grown men, what grown man has time to be trying to defend another man who they don't even know? What I'd like to ask these trolls, these Bussy Ricans who go about, their daily lives trying to defend their massa, Bussy Rick. What I'd like to ask is, have you ever met him in person in real life? Have you ever shook his hand? Has he ever invited you over for dinner? Are you related to him? If not, I just wonder why you go through all of this trying to defend someone against allegations that he himself doesn't defend himself about. All he does is talk trash and insult people. That's all you all do. The Bussy Ricans, you all follow suit. At this point, you're a whole cult. I said what I said. At this point, the Bussy Ricans are a whole cult. Okay, that's just what it is. FBA is not a lineage, it's a cult. I said it. And many of them engage in hate group behavior. That's what they do. They are a whole hate group. But remember, I told you all last year that FBA was going to soon turn into a full-on hate group. That's what they are. Their very leader, whom they claim isn't their leader, but they all worship and praise him and try to defend him tooth and nail. Of course, he's their leader. But their own leader has resorted to such childish tactics as trying to fight and attack someone, trying to bait someone into engaging in low vibrational behaviors along with him. Now, if Taharka was the stalker, why did Bussy Rick drive to the museum where he was nowhere near and then get out of his car and try to fight? Who's the stalker? Make it all make sense. Okay, you see how they paint these foolish, nonsensical narratives because they have nothing to counter what is being said. And the last thing I'll say in closing is this. When they ask us who exposed Bussy Rick, well, what are you all building in the community? Well, I've already answered that. I told you I'm working with a group of people, okay, to build a nation for our community, for our own Black folk, a micronation, okay? But I don't get on the internet and broadcast every little detail of my life and everything that I do like Bussy Rick, because I don't need clout. And for those of you who want to say, oh, you only have 300 or 3,000, 4,000 views, what does that have to do with anything? You see, unlike Bussy Rick, I'm actually shadow banned by ScrewTube for doing the real work. They took my channel. I had to fight to get it back. They've never taken his, nor will they ever. Okay, because I do believe he has federal connections. And so Agent 007, as I said, and I still believe it. Well, that all being said, another thing is, yes, the deflection is real, Mr. Hotel, absolutely. But the other thing I want to say is, what millionaire, what businessman who owns a legit business is out there trying to rumble in the streets at the age of 50 plus? Why are you out there as an elder trying to rumble in the streets? You're a businessman and a millionaire. If you are who you say you are, why are you out there trying to fight and engage and act like a whole thug? I thought they said he left that life behind. Clearly, he's still about the streets. Okay, make that make sense. This is who is supposed to be talking about running for political office someday. Isn't that what he said? This is the person who says that he's in fear for his life, but you out there being a whole thug, acting like a gang member. Y'all make that all make sense. He has so much smoke for a black man for simply recording his so-called building that he's about to throw a rent party at. Okay, just like Brandon said, he's throwing a rent party February the 25th. That's all it's going to be. Y'all talk about red carpet. First of all, who's having a red carpet event in the straight up hood? I have questions. But anyway, like I said, at the end of the day, these people are so mad, butthurt, and angry, and they can stay mad because what y'all not going to do is bother the queen, honey. I find it interesting. Y'all won't click that link. Then you click the link and get on here so scared you don't even want to show your face and then pretend you don't know why you clicked the link. Sit down, Bussy Ricky ass, okay? Sit down somewhere, honey. Don't hate us. And the whole notion that they want to say everybody is agents and hating on Bussy Rick and everybody's mad. Well, even if that were true, debunk those receipts, Bussy Rickians, but y'all not going to debunk anything because you can't, because y'all know it's true. This is, like Brandon said, the epitome of cognitive dissonance. Okay, they know it's true, but they don't want to accept the truth because the truth hurts. How dare y'all say that Bussy Rick ain't who he says he is? Let me tell y'all something. If he was really so educated, so informative, and so smart and intellectual and thorough, as he said, and had such an impeccable reputation, he wouldn't be out there acting like ghetto street trash trying to fight another black man. How come he doesn't try to fight Turkey Tom? Okay, the white man who called him an agent and put all this stuff out, making him look like a whole fool. How come he doesn't run up on him? I have so many questions. How come he doesn't make cartoons about him? How come he hasn't made a video game about him? No, he's not going to do that to any white person. Okay, but he'll do it to people who look like him, and he'll clout chase, and then he'll set up parameters and have his police and these bodyguards there and have them call him, you know, so he can come and try to set up a stage and try to get Taharka to trying to bait Taharka into a fight. Honey, I wouldn't have hit him if I was Taharka either. The only place I would hit somebody like Bussy Rick is in their pockets. That's where it counts. Nobody cares what the Bussy Rickians think, while the Bussy Rickians are running around here talking about, oh, Taharka got slapped. Oh, he found out. He effed around and found out. For all of y'all saying that, y'all sound so stupid. And none of you beta male Negroes that are doing that stuff and saying that stuff, none of you would do anything. And you know how I know you wouldn't do anything? Because I know y'all are righteous. I know y'all are just as feminine as I am. That's why y'all be on my page talking trash to a female over a man that you don't even know. Some of you actually have homoerotic crushes on Bussy Rick. Some of you may have already had some intimacies with him. I don't know. But at the end of the day, you're beta males, and that's just what it is. Yeah, I said it. Y'all still ain't clicked that link, though. Anyway, my job here is done. Everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channels if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, royals, loyal royals, y'all know I love y'all to life. Okay, and please make sure you like and share this video. Y'all know they have the Queen Shadow Band. Honey, I can't get more than 3,000 or 4,000 views. Y'all know how it goes. So anyway, like and share. And I hope to see you all on the next live. Everyone enjoy the strong end, not the weekend, leaving you weekend, okay? Until next time, beloveds, I will talk to you all again soon. Also, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. And also, beloveds, let's try not to be the fools that engage in black on black crime. Let's not do that, Bussy Rick. Let's not fight amongst ourselves when the real common foe is wanton supremacy. Peace.
In order for you and me to devise some kind of method or strategy to offset some of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business, what's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke, if you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man that go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.